Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and welcome back to another video. I do have Battlefield 2042 gameplay in the background, and yes, it is going to be basically the same gameplay I shared in my previous Battlefield 2042 video, except I'm not going to edit it down to where it's only me getting kills. It's just going to be raw gameplay, so you're going to see me dying, you're going to see me respawn, and then die again, and so the gameplay will probably be like, okay, I guess. The gameplay's not really going to be a main focus of this video, but the main focus of this video is of course going to be the commentary, and the commentary for today's video is, do gaming communities ruin their own games? And so of course this can be like, I guess, different answers depending on the different kind of communities we see out there, especially in the gaming world, you know, and the different video games we have available to us. And what really got me to make this video was actually a video that Drifter made. So Drifter, if you guys don't know, he is mostly a Call of Duty channel, and he used to do that really popular in-depth series back in the older days of Call of Duty. And he's a great guy, he's a really smart guy, I respect his opinion a lot. And I actually just got done watching a video he made where he was talking about Battlefield community and how they're reacting to Battlefield 2042. And he basically, to sum it up, he's basically saying the Battlefield community is just acting super childish about this next Battlefield game. Like, they're just making these ridiculously like terrible responses to the game about why the game sucks and whatever the case may be, right? And so he's really calling them out for basically embarrassing themselves on what they're saying online. And so it really got me thinking though, like, do these gaming communities ruin their own game? Like, you know, we do have huge influences, like content creators out on YouTube, Twitch, or whatever, you know, they are big influencers out there to us, I guess, casual people who, I guess, play video games. And of course, when we watch their content, we take what they say seriously because, you know, they are part of the same community as us. And so typically when we see popular content creators make an opinion about a video game, some of us may actually agree with them because, you know, their voice is being heard, they have, I guess, a huge following, and I mean, there's a reason why these content creators have huge followings, you know. And so you know, the whole question, do gaming communities ruin their own games? It's a really weird, I guess, question to ask, you know. There really isn't a straightforward answer. And so looking at the Battlefield community, you know, I haven't really been paying attention to the Battlefield community in quite some time now. I know Battlefield has been pretty rough these last few years, and the community hasn't really been happy with their past few games. I mean, you look at, I guess, Battlefield Hardline. I guess this is when the slope started to go downhill. You know, Battlefield 4 was essentially, I guess, Battlefield's peak, I would say. And the game was a huge success. I loved Battlefield 4. Great game. It's really what got me really into the Battlefield community, I guess, as a whole. And so either way, Battlefield 4 was great. The next game, of course, was Battlefield Hardline, which they kind of like came out with that game a little too early. It was like a year after Battlefield 4 was already out that they released Hardline, and people didn't really like it too much because it was more of a cops and robbers game. I think as a cops and robbers game, the game was pretty good, but overall, it just didn't really have that same Battlefield 5 feel to it. And so a lot of people didn't really like Hardline. You know, a couple years go by, we get Battlefield 1, really cool, you know, back in World War 1, it's pretty unique, and honestly, I bought Battlefield 1, and it was a good game. I didn't put too much game time into it, but I enjoyed Battlefield 1. I think they did a great job, and a lot of people kind of got bored with it because, you know, Battlefield 1, it was very limited to, I guess, some of the features you could have in the game because, you know, it's in the past, right? And so people got kind of bored of it fast, and then, you know, a few years more go by, and we get Battlefield 5, which just happens to be a World War II game, so it really wasn't that much different compared to Battlefield 1. So there was like some like new game mechanics to where you can, like, I guess, build forts and stuff like that. And by forts, I mean like sandbags for cover and stuff like that. I actually didn't really play Battlefield 5 too much. I just know there was like some sort of feature with that as well. They also introduced a battle royale that really did not take off at all. And so even though Battlefield 5 was really rough when it first came out, I think it definitely got better as more updates came out, which I guess was good. And then of course now here we are with Battlefield 2042. You know, it's a slightly futuristic Battlefield game. It's basically they can do whatever they want now. They don't have, like, I guess, history as a way of creating their game. It's in the future, so they can come up with a lot of fictional things to make the game a lot more interesting. And so seeing how the Battlefield community is reacting is a little upsetting that they don't like the game, because I personally think Battlefield 2042 is at a great spot. You know, even though I didn't have too much to actually experience with the weaponry or with the maps, because we only had one map in the beta, I still enjoyed it. I think it was great. I just really hope there's a lot of different progression system in the game when the full game does come out. But moving away from Battlefield here, let's talk about other communities that maybe ruin their own franchise or ruin their own games. So let's start with Minecraft. I know this is a weird topic. I never talk about Minecraft here on the channel, but Minecraft used to be so much bigger than it was today. Like, it is arguably probably the most played video game out there, because Minecraft is pretty much a game that can be played at all ages. It doesn't matter how old you are, you can play it. And right now, Minecraft is obviously, like, it's not really catered to little kids. It really isn't, because adults, anybody can really get into Minecraft. It's just the majority player base who plays Minecraft are kids. And so I think Minecraft, you know, in a way has a very positive community, because, you know, little kids always, I guess, get excited about everything, you know, and no matter what update comes out. And of course, like, as you get older, you start to, like, realize things that might hurt games and stuff like that. But when you're a little kid, you don't really think about that kind of stuff. And so you could say that Minecraft has a pretty good community out there. Not that there isn't, like, adults and, you know, teenagers and older people out there who play Minecraft, not just little kids. But Minecraft, you know, like, they're always coming out with pretty big updates every once in a while that always bring a positive change to the game. I have played Minecraft in, like, the past, maybe, I think a year ago I played it, and there was, like, so many different things added to the game that I just, like, whoa, I have no idea what's going on anymore. But I still enjoyed playing it, of course. But, you know, Minecraft it's such a weird community. It's a really hard thing to say if, like, the Minecraft community ruins their own game. I definitely don't think so. But what about Call of Duty? I am a Call of Duty player. I am definitely part of the Call of Duty community. I've been playing Call of Duty for years, and part of me does think that the Call of Duty player base does actually ruin its own game sometimes. And there's a really big split between the Call of Duty community right now, actually, and it's really weird saying that, because it's something that I never really thought I'd see happen. But, you know, we have 3 different developers who make Call of Duty games, and of course everybody has their own favorite developer and which Call of Duty games they like more and stuff like that. And so right now, you know, we have that kind of side of Call of Duty community who, like, basically only plays Warzone. They're only part of the Battle Royale community. That's all they play. And then we have the community who only plays multiplayer. But then it's not just that as well. It's also, like, split between the multiplayer community, because, you know, we have Black Ops Cold War and Modern Warfare and Vanguard, which are both pretty similar games. And, you know, a lot of people love Black Ops Cold War compared to Modern Warfare 2019, because Black Ops Cold War actually feels more like a classic Call of Duty. It actually has the arcade feel that Call of Duty always brings to us, whereas Modern Warfare didn't really have that. It tried to be more of a simulation, like a shooter simulation, than an actual arcade shooter. And so there is definitely that split between the multiplayer community with Call of Duty. But one thing I will say about the Call of Duty community that really pisses me off is actually more of the zombies community, I guess you can say. It's not necessarily zombies community, and I'll give you an example here. So, for example, remember Extinction back in Call of Duty Ghosts? You know, everybody hated Call of Duty Ghosts. It was, like, obviously probably the worst Call of Duty game that ever came out. But Extinction mode, nobody liked it. Like, it was so different than zombies. You just couldn't compare the two. They were just totally different game modes. However, I really enjoyed Extinction, and they definitely improved upon it with the DLC season, and I definitely saw more potential with that game mode if they were to continue with it. However, with the lack of, I guess, support of Extinction throughout the community, nobody wanted it to return, and so we never got Extinction back. The last time we really ever saw Extinction came back was, like, the last DLC map for Infinite Warfare Zombies, and they basically ruined Extinction at that point, because they made it to where, like, all the Extinction maps were, like, actually films all along or something like that, which is so freaking dumb. I'm so pissed that the developers did that. But either way, we could have had a better Extinction mode with Infinity Ward's next game, especially with Infinite Warfare, considering it was a space Call of Duty game, and we're talking about aliens here, for goodness sake. And so they could have done so much more with Extinction. They could have made it so much better, because they were definitely on the right track of making it a very good mode if they were to continue with it. And seeing how the community just didn't like it really upsetted me, because I think there was some potential that Call of Duty just missed right there multiplayer with a new co-op mode that wasn't zombies, and so very disappointing. And then of course we got Spec Ops with Modern Warfare 2019. I think everyone can agree that didn't turn out very well. So yeah, look what we got instead, you guys. We got Spec Ops, yay, whatever, right? So I don't know. The whole Extinction thing really bothers me to this day, how everybody hated it, but I didn't back then, and it really pisses me off how some people will go back and play it today, and they'll make a video on it, be like, oh, you know, I think we were too harsh on Extinction or something like that. And it's just like, really? Now you're saying you're too harsh on Extinction? Jeez, wow, like a little too late for that. But anyway, I just had to really let that out there. So yeah, do gaming communities ruin their own games? Yeah, definitely. Sometimes they do, but you know, sometimes the games just suck, and the community is mostly right. I will say that when it comes to communities, gaming communities, the consumer is usually right, and that's the same thing with like retail businesses. The customer is always right, and and sometimes the retail like in customers aren't always right, but the consumers are pretty much right all the time. Like if someone is playing your video game every day, like, I don't know, at least 3 hours every single day, you know, they're going to have a really good opinion about what should be done with the game, rather than a developer who's working on it and, you know, they're not playing the game when they get home. And it's pretty clear that a lot of developers who make video games nowadays, especially these AAA titles like Call of Duty, like the developers just do not play their own game. And so the community usually is right when it comes to certain feedback criticisms they have about their own game, but other times, you know, I wonder if we just don't approach it the right way, because, you know, sometimes we complain about something. So this is another good example. With Black Ops Cold War, we do not have a 100%er calling card, right? And for multiplayer or zombies, so if you completed 100% of the challenges in zombies or multiplayer, you get nothing. Literally, you like, yay, thumbs up, congratulations, you just get bragging rights. You don't even get a calling card. Where in previous calling and Call of Duty games, you would get a calling card. And so the complaint we had back in those previous games is like, really, all we get is a calling card. Can we get something a little bit cooler, like a operator skin or something like that? And so since we complained about just getting a calling card, they're like, oh, you're complaining about a calling card? Well, we just won't give you a calling card now. And it's like, no, that's not the point. We just want a better reward. That's what we're asking for. How do you not see that? And so sometimes when we complain about something, we're not complaining. We're not in the wrong for, I guess, complaining about something like that, for example. It's just that the developers just take our feedback and just don't give us what we want sometimes. And so I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I guess the communities can actually be one of the reasons why, you know, our games can get worse over time, especially a franchise like Call of Duty or maybe even Battlefield. But other times that's not really the case, you know. Fortnite, I can't really speak for them. I'm not part of the Fortnite community. I don't play that game anymore, and so I don't really know how things are going over there. But either way, yeah, so I would like to know your guys' answer in the comments below. Do gaming communities ruin their own games? I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I made some really good points in the video that maybe you guys never really thought of before. And if you did, make sure you leave a like and of course subscribe to the channel for more videos every single day. And I shall catch you guys later.